During this practice, I invite you to practice with Satya in mind. Satya refers to truthfulness. It's about seeing and experience things without any bias or filter. Seeing things as they truly are. I invite you to practice with Satya in mind. Pause and see how each pose really feels on your body, without any bias about it being a favorite pose or least favorite pose. And see it for what it actually is. And be aware of how your body feels, and be honest with yourself about what you need, whether you want to push yourself further, or maybe you need to ease off on some of the poses. But find that truthfulness, that Satya in mind within you. Come onto the front of your mat, feet hip distance apart. Inhaling, lift your arms up over your head. Bend your knees slightly. As you exhale, fold. Inhaling, come halfway up, in Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Place both hands on the mat and step one foot, then the other foot back into plank pose. Take a breath or two here if you need to, or if you'd like to, you can place your knees on the mat. Keep your elbows close to your rib cage as you slowly lower down to the mat. Place the tops of your feet on the mat. Hands are just resting lightly on the mat. Send your chest forward and up in Bhujangasana. Tops of the feet are on the mat. Slowly lower down. Press your hands into the mat. Tuck your toes. Engage your core to lift up through plank pose. And then up and back to downward facing dog. Think of lifting your hips up and back. Maybe bending your knees slightly, have a nice straight spine. Or maybe you straighten one leg or the other, perhaps both. Bend your knees and walk your feet forward to your hands. As you exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, arms up over your head. Exhale, palms together. Release your hands. Step your left foot straight back behind you. Hands on hips. Bend that right knee. Bring your left hip forward so you're facing the front of your mat. Left knee and foot are pointed in the same direction. Inhale your arms up in Warrior 1, Virabhadrasana 1. Strong core and breathe. Maybe deepen the lunge, maybe soften the pose. Find what you honestly need in Virabhadrasana 1. Bring your palms together at your heart center. Put all your weight into your right foot and just gently let your left toes rest on the mat behind you. Focus your gaze in front of you. Lift the left foot up, flex that foot, engage the muscles in the lifted leg. Keep that straight line between your torso and lifted leg, and bend at the right hip and come forward into Warrior 3, Virabhadrasana 3. Option to extend the arms forward. Slowly lift your torso up, step that left foot back, coming back into Virabhadrasana 1. Keeping your right foot where it is, turn to your left, Pivot on your left foot. Arms out to the side, palms down, turn and look over your right arm. In Parshva side warrior or warrior two. Pause and see what you really need. Do you want to deepen the lunge? If that right knee is passing the ankle, walk the left foot back a bit. Reach forward with your right hand. Let your right forearm hover on your right leg and reach your left arm up over your head. Maybe deepening the lunge. Maybe adding the second arm in Parshva. Lower your arms and straighten the right leg. Arms out to the side, palms forward. Reach forward with your right hand. Keep that right leg straight. And let your right arm lower, left arm comes up. Left shoulder back. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Engaging your core, slowly make your way back up and lower your arms. Pivot on your right heel and bring your toes in. Now pivot on your toes and bring your heels in, so feet are pointed out. Hands on hips, bend your knees. Adjust your feet so your feet and knees are pointed in the same direction. Maybe sit more deeply. And bring arms in an L-shaped position, palms facing each other. In Utkatasana, goddess pose. Maybe sit more deeply. Or maybe soften the pose. What do you truly need in goddess pose? One more breath. And lower your arms and straighten your legs. Walk your feet together and come onto the front of your mat. Now step your right foot straight back behind you, hands on hips, bend the left knee. Bring the right hip forward. Hips and shoulders parallel to the front of the mat. Inhale your arms up. Soften your shoulders away from your ears as you reach your fingertips up. Breathe. Do you want to deepen into the pose? Do you need to soften? Or something else? Bring your palms together at your heart center. Begin to put all your weight into your left foot. And just rest the right toes gently behind you. Play with lifting that right foot up off the mat and flexing that foot. When you're ready, fold forward with your torso, bringing that right leg up behind you. Option to straighten the arms. And slowly lower that right foot back behind you, bending your left knee, right hip forward. Back to Virabhadrasana 1. Now pivot on your right toes, bring that heel in, and bring your arms out to the side, palms down. Turn and look over your left arm. In Parshva, side warrior, warrior 2. Now reach forward with your left hand, let your left forearm rest on, hover over that left thigh, and reach your right arm up over your head. Option to deepen the pose, maybe add the second arm. Think right shoulder back. Lower your arms and straighten the left leg. Facing the side of the mat, bring your arms out to the side, palms forward. Squeeze your shoulder blades together as you stretch your fingertips away from you. Arms and legs are straight. Reach forward with your left hand. Let your left arm lower. Right arm can come up. Pause. Make any adjustments. Notice how this feels on your body. Don't worry about how far you go. Just be honest with what you really need. Slowly make your way back up and lower your arms. Pivot on the left heel, bring those toes in. Pivot on your toes and bring your heels in. Bend your knees. Arms up in L-shaped position. Keep the shoulders directly above the hips. Nice, tall, straight spine. Maybe sit more deeply. One more breath. And lower your arms and straighten your legs. Walk your feet together. Come onto the front of your mat, feet hip distance apart. Nice long, slow inhale, lifting your arms up. Long, slow exhale to fold. Long, slow inhale, coming halfway up. Slow exhale to fold. Place both hands on the mat and step back to plank pose. Breathe here. Make any adjustments you need. Knees on or off the mat. Soft shoulders. Soft elbows, but strong arms, strong core, strong legs. Elbows close to your rib cage and slowly lower down to the mat. Place the tops of the feet on the mat. Lift your hands off the mat just an inch or so. Look straight ahead. Press your belly into the mat and push your chest forward and up. Shoulders back. In Bhujangasana. And then let your hands rest on the mat. Slowly lower down. Press your hands into the mat, tuck your toes, elbows stay close to your rib cage. Press your whole body up to plank pose. And then hips up and back to downward facing dog. Maybe straightening one leg, maybe the other, maybe both, perhaps neither. Pause and see what your body truly needs in downward facing dog. Couple more breaths. And bend your knees and walk your feet forward to your hands. As you inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, palms together and fold. Inhaling halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, palms together. Release your hands. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.